Now, you leave everything, what you think your kid's gonna do? You think your kid's gonna be as frugal and as thrifty and as miserly as you? Now, you made all that money now. You.
Am I satisfied?
Okay.
I'm satisfied with my career. And I remember, you guys every night. And I was one of those type of athletes.
So why do you think some of the things that have happened in your career are...
Floyd Mayweather has suddenly disappeared from the public eye, just days after Shannon Sharpe made a shocking statement that shook the sports world. Known for always being in the spotlight and showing off his flashy lifestyle, Mayweather's quietness is surprising many people. Sharpe's bold comments on his show have left fans and insiders wondering if Mayweather is staying away from attention on purpose or if something more serious is going on behind the scenes.
What makes Floyd so unique? Because he fought Pacquiao, he fought you, he fought Gotti, he fought Corrales, he fought Ricky Hatton. He fought so many, and all these guys, a lot of these guys had titles at the time or were former world champions like yourself. What makes him so unique?
His pedigree. Look, I'm good friends with his father, the best trainer I've ever had.
Wow.
By far. He is, well, except for the professor who trained me for the Chavez fight when I beat Chavez in 1996. But Floyd Sr. is the best trainer I've ever had. He's a teacher. And that's what Floyd Jr. grew up with. He grew up with a teacher who disciplined him to be the very, very best. And I love his patience. I love the fact that he's a hard hitter and he has a chin.
In 2017, NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe spoke out against boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr., criticizing his flashy lifestyle and how he handles his money. This led to a bigger conversation about Mayweather's claim of being a billionaire. Sharpe's comments came after news broke that Mayweather had asked the IRS for more time to pay his 2015 taxes, even though he often shows off his wealth on social media.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Sharpe shared his disappointment, saying that Floyd Mayweather had faced this kind of situation before and still didn't seem to learn from it. He said it was even more upsetting because Mayweather was on Instagram and Twitter showing off piles of money and living a flashy life, yet he wasn't paying the people he owed.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
In response, Mayweather defended himself by posting on Instagram saying he had paid $26 million, 0 cents to the IRS in 2015. He questioned why the media kept talking negatively about his money situation. He wrote that while people were busy counting his money and thinking the worst, the truth was that he had already paid a large amount to the government. He asked, what else could they possibly want? Shannon Sharpe has often shared his thoughts on Mayweather's boxing career, sometimes being critical of his style. After Mayweather's 10th round TKO win over Conor McGregor in their 2017 crossover fight, Sharpe praised his smart strategy in the ring. However, he also raised concerns about how real the competition was, saying the fight seemed more like a business move to make money than a true sporting challenge.
He hit Floyd with that uppercut, flush, and Floyd kept coming. I think Conor knew he was in trouble.
Floyd has a chin. I've told you before, he's got a chin.
And McGregor doesn't punch as hard as you thought he did. And
nope, he does. That's where you're wrong.
And I told you about the gloves. It's a difference. Dana said, well, you could feel his knuckles. I said, when you get those hands wrapped, he's not going to feel any knuckles. Skip, this might have been one of Mayweather's best performances.
It was. Agreed.
For the simple fact is, he had a 175-pound heavy bag in front of him with no head movement. Really, yeah, he was unorthodox with his stances, but I knew in a million years he was never going to beat Floyd Mayweather, Skip, because he's not a boxing tactician. He had too wide of a base. In the MMA, Skip, you need a wide base to guard against leg strikes and takedowns. So he had a wide base. He had too much, he was too square on, so all this Floyd could hit.
Sharpe's comments reflect his wider concerns about modern boxing, where he sees a trend of fighters focusing more on protecting their unbeaten records instead of taking on the best opponents. He believes Mayweather's style has influenced many boxers to avoid tough fights, which can make the sport less exciting for fans who want real competition. Sharpe wishes for a return to the old days when top fighters regularly faced each other, which helped build their legacies and made the sport more thrilling.
Shoulders, stomach, chest. As a boxer, you got to be like this. You want to make the target as narrow as possible. And for Floyd to do what he did, he was just like, okay, give me your best shot. Put that rope-a-dope on him like the Rumble in the Jungle, Skip. You remember Zaire? Give me all you got. Conor was just throwing all those shots. And then come round 4 and 5, Joe, I thought I was at the club. All them jello shots Conor was passing out because they had nothing on them. Jello shot, hey Conor, let me get one of them tangerine jello shots because there ain't nothing to it. And Floyd walked through it, hit it, power shot after power shot. Skip, he wasn't doing nothing pretty, nothing, no peekaboo, no shoulder roll, straight right hands to his dome like I told you he would. Now remember, I ain't gonna run shoot this man. He too small, you effed. You should have left me where I was, brother. You should have left me there.
In a lively talk on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Stephen A. Smith compared Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather Jr., saying both had a special way of dominating their opponents so much that it made the other fighters or players look less skilled. He explained that while LeBron James is respected by everyone, Jordan and Mayweather had something different. They made people fear them. Smith said, "LeBron will beat you, I know. But MJ would make you look like less than what you are."
Everybody that Mayweather fought, he made him look like it was 5 years too late.
Right.
And that's how that's the greatness of him.
Yes.
You look at the champions that this man beat and made them look mundane in beating them.
Right. So you talk about Mayweather, right?
Mayweather.
I would say the same about Jordan, but that's a different.
Oh, there you go. No.
I mean, I'm glad that you heard that. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. You know, because Jordan will make you look like you're less than what you are.
Like before Scotty?
LeBron would beat you.
I know he ain't.
But MJ would make you look like less than what you are.
Floyd Mayweather appeared on Club Shay Shay and talked about his fight with Conor McGregor. He said that he let McGregor land some punches early on purpose. This was part of his plan to tire McGregor out since he knew the MMA fighter wasn't used to boxing in the later rounds. By taking some hits and saving his energy, Mayweather made McGregor use up his stamina. Once McGregor started getting tired, Mayweather went on the attack, controlled the later rounds, and won with a TKO in the 10th round. This showed Mayweather's smart strategy and deep experience in the ring. Mayweather also showed his skill in his 2013 fight against Canelo Alvarez. That match was promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, who later said he had warned Canelo not to take the fight. De La Hoya felt that at just 21 years old, Canelo didn't have enough experience to face someone like Mayweather. He said, "I told Canelo, do not fight Floyd because you're too young and you have no experience." In the end, De La Hoya was right. It wasn't even a close fight.
I told Canelo, do not fight Floyd because you're too young. You have no experience.
Right. Well, but he's a much bigger man.
He is, but he's 21 years old, flexing his muscles like I can take on Floyd. I'm the very best. Guess what? You got schooled. You got schooled.
Pitch the shutout.
Exactly. I mean, it wasn't even close.
You promoted Floyd.
I did promote Floyd, yeah. And then, you know, he was, the time when he was making the, I think it was a Showtime contract, $30-40 million. Yeah, we promoted all those fights.
Right.
You know, great experience for us. It was, you know, it put us on the map, obviously. And, you know, we're now one of the top promoters in the world.
Mayweather Jr. is seen as one of the most skilled boxers in history, with an undefeated record and world titles in 5 weight classes. But even with all his success in the ring, he is still one of the most talked about and debated figures in sports. Many people don't like him because of his loud personality, flashy lifestyle, and some of the things he says that often cause controversy.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying, F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
Mayweather's constant showing off of money and luxury has upset some people, especially during times when many are struggling financially. On top of that, his past domestic violence convictions have hurt his reputation even more. This has caused many people to criticize him and demand that he take responsibility for his actions. In an interview, Mike Tyson talked about the problems Floyd Mayweather faces and compared them to his own struggles. Tyson said that even though Mayweather is very successful, he might be realizing that not many people are truly his friends, and jealousy could be a reason for this. He explained that while many athletes have money, Mayweather is seen as the world champion, which puts him in a special and tough spot in the world of celebrity. Tyson believes Mayweather needs to understand that real friends might not be as flashy as the ones he wants.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seemed to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we wanna have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
In the interview, Floyd Mayweather talks about how people often misunderstand him because they judge him based on rumors or what they hear, without really knowing his side of the story. He also shares about his relationship with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr. Though it was sometimes difficult, his father's strict training and tough love helped make him the disciplined, undefeated champion he is today. Mayweather also mentions his few losses as an amateur, each by just 1 point, and says these losses pushed him to work harder and become the best in his profession. Mayweather's skill in boxing helped him break records in pay-per-view sales. For example, his 2015 fight against Manny Pacquiao had 4.6 million PPV buys and made over $400 million, 0 cents. Outside of boxing, Mayweather has grown his wealth by investing smartly. In 2024, he bought more than 60 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $42 million, 0 cents, adding over 1,000 affordable housing units to his holding. He has also invested in other real estate projects and plans for a casino in Times Square.
Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete in the world.
Mayweather's financial success shows how smart he has been in both his boxing career and business deals. By using his name well and making good investments, he has become one of the richest athletes ever.
call him Floyd Money Mayweather for a reason. The boxing superstar has earned over $1 billion in his career, enough to buy a small country, and he spent it on private jets, diamond watches, and mansions bigger than some shopping malls. But then, rumors came out that he had spent it all. So how did Mayweather bounce back from broke allegations with a business empire that looks stronger than ever?
What do you think about the way he handles his money? Does his lifestyle inspire you, or do you feel it is too much? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.